Join us on opening day at Dorney Park, Friday, May 8th, 2026. This was our first time visiting Dorney. It's part of the Six Flags family, and our Prestige Pass allows free entry, and we also get to use the Prestige or Preferred parking lot, which is nice. This first ride of the day was Hydra. And what's great about Hydra was it sits on the old location of Hercules, which was an old wooden roller coaster, which was very intense from what I've gathered. It's great because Hydra was defeated by Hercules. It was a 9-headed monster that when you chopped off a head, it kept coming back. And so that's really cool that they're continuing with the Greek mythology theme and to honor what was on the land prior. And some little Hydra facts that I found. It's a B&M roller coaster. It was opened in 2005. The minimum height requirement for this is 54 inches. Hydra has the first ever pre-lift hill inversion, aka the JoJo roll, which per the internet was named after Joe Green, which he was one of Dorney's VPs of maintenance and construction at the time. And Hydra is the first and only floorless roller coaster in Pennsylvania. The greenery in Pennsylvania is so beautiful. And then you've got the wildlife, aka the geese, who this one decided to hiss at me. I was like, dude, we're friends, okay? I went on Thunderhawk. That was my first coaster of the day. It was a lot of fun, a little jerky. It's a Woody. Then we went into the Still Yard, which is where Possessed and Iron Menace is. And Possessed is basically Wicked Twister from Cedar Point. So if you've been on that, you'll probably like this. It's not as twisty at the ends as Wicked Twister. So, but yeah, Iron Menace was closed. I don't know if it was due to opening day or operation issues, mechanical, or if it was the rain or what, but it never really opened the day that we were there. And you know, it is what it is. Can't win them all, if you will. I was having a bit too much fun with my Osmo Pocket 3 and taking the time lapses. You'll see that throughout the video. Also, with Iron Menace being closed, Matthew decided to go over to Still Force. Funny anecdote about that. I sat at the exit on a bench. He came out when he was done. I missed him. He missed me. We didn't see each other. There's like a half an hour lost between us in regards to that. I found this ironic. This door at the exit was opening and closing all on its own at the haunted house, and which reminded me of Scooby-Doo, which funny, oddly enough. It was good weather. It had a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, but it was overall perfect. We tried to eat at Iron Mill, but it was closed due to not having enough product. It was the opening day. There were lots of lines. Ended up at Chicky and Pete's, where we had a Philly cheesesteak with their fries with crab seasoning on it. It was about a 20-minute wait. They did really good for being really busy. Did I mention there were a lot of middle schoolers there? I don't know if it was end of year or if it was choir or band. There was a lot of kids there. I'm just saying. We ended up going on the Zephyr. It's a little bullet train and kind of takes you around the backside of Possessed and then Iron Menace. It was a nice little change of pace. We went on it twice. It's nice to just let our feet kind of rest for a little bit and just take a leisurely ride. But the one thing I don't like about the Twisted Sister and Possessed is that their seats remind me of if an adult had to be in a car seat. So I don't like that. I think Batman's the same thing at Magic Mountain. So be prepared if you go to Dorney Park that there is some steep hills and you are going to get a lot of mileage. The most peaceful part of this whole train ride and throughout the park was the creek. Peaceful, the babbling of it, the water, it just gives life on that. And then it started to rain again while we were on the Zephyr, and to see the sprinkling of the rain coming down into the creek, it was just, like I said, the refreshing and renewing of things when rain and water is abound. Fortunately, Dorney does not have their Prestige Pass member area, and but they do have, across from Iron Menace, a beautiful setup with a covering and chairs and cushions, and just, it's a good hangout and a rest area for those that need some time away. It's very comfortable. We weren't sure if Demon Drop was going to open, because apparently it doesn't open in the rain. It was kind of off and on with the rain that day, and we were fortunate enough. It did clear up enough for us to get one ride in, and with that, as soon as we got done, it actually, when we were dropping, it started raining. So that was fun. This is free fall for Magic Mountain. So if you know, you know. In the 90s, that was one of the rides to go on at Magic Mountain with the penny. Put the penny, and people still did it. And what I found interesting about Demon Drop is that it was originally at Cedar Point. It's an Intamin, and then it was later relocated to Dorney. But there was rumors that this was going to go to Knott's Berry Farm, but it eventually ended up at Dorney. And this is a first-gen freefall, so it kind of reminds me of like Tower of Terror.